Hi guys, so today I am doing a concealer tutorial and this is like one of my most requested tutorials. I don't know, like the one thing when I put on Twitter on like what you would want to see is somehow everyone wants to know how to apply concealer, so I thought I'll just do a quick video on how I use this. The concealer I use is something you've probably seen in all my videos. I like using like the most lightweight concealers. I don't particularly care that much if they're not very kind of high coverage, but I just want them to be lightweight, easy to blend, and kind of low maintenance. If you want to see how I apply my concealer, then let's get into it. So I'm actually already wearing my foundation, and that's I think one of the first rules for applying concealer is, at least for me, I think always wear your foundation before your concealer. The reason I say that is number one, because your foundation will already give you some coverage, so already you will have some of the darkness being hidden. And number two, if you do it the other way around, like if you do your concealer and then your foundation, then when you're blending in your foundation, your concealer is gonna get smudged, and well, no one likes smudgy panda type eyes. So always wear your foundation before. I'm already doing that. The second step is, of course, take your concealer. The one I have is, you'll see this in all my videos, the Bobbi Brown Tinted Eye Brightener in Peach 08. And this is a very kind of lightweight concealer. So the way I used to apply this is different from how I would apply any other concealer, and I'll come to that later, but first let's just apply this. So I'm just going to take this and then you're going to draw some shapes under the eye. So draw like a triangle under your eye, right? Go as close to the lash line as possible and then draw kind of like a triangle like this. And then what I do is essentially just swipe it with my ring finger so that it covers the entire area, and once I've swiped it, I pat it in place. Once I've done that, I'm just going to go in and check if there's any spot left, and I can see there's like a little patch over here which is kind of not concealed properly, so I'm just going to go back in there and just put a little bit over here. And then the same motions, just swipe and pat. Same thing with the other eye. Now that I've done the whole concealer application under my eye, I'm just going to set it with some setting powder, and that's something that I think even if you don't ever use powder on your face, you should always set your concealer with powder because it just kind of moves around on your face. And just make sure that if you have like a moisturizing concealer like I do, it kind of ensures that there's no shininess under your eye. So I'm just gonna get on with my lipstick now, and then maybe I'll get into how you can apply other types of concealers. By the way, the lipstick is my favorite hot pink lipstick. This is Bobbi Brown Pink Lily. I love this. And the nail polish on my hands, which is kind of matching, is the Color Bar Pink Lady nail polish. So now coming to, if you don't have this kind of a concealer which is thin and runny, like how should you probably apply it? I'm like a concealer freak. Like I have probably, I don't know, I've tried every type of concealer there is in the market, and I've tried cream based and like all sorts of things. So for me, the two tricks that have really worked are, number one, when when your concealer dries too quickly so you can't blend it, the number one trick that's worked for me is you use a concealer brush and make it a little wet, like you just take it out from water in like a second and then put it in your concealer and apply it, and that works really great for concealers which dry out quickly. Another great trick is when you're using a very heavy concealer, like this is not a very heavy concealer, but if you are using a very heavy one, then apply concealer only where it's dark. So when you stretch your eye over here, you'll see maybe this is like a lighter patch and this is a darker patch, and instead of just taking a heavy concealer and smothering it all below your eye like I just did with the lightweight one, just apply it in places where you see where you're darkest, and that sometimes works fabulously well as well. In terms of concealing the rest of your face, I apply concealer here on the bridges of, you know, like where my, I don't know, nose meets my face or whatever you call this area. And I apply concealer over here or anywhere else where I see some sort of redness and spots. So that's it, guys. I hope you've learned a little bit of concealer gyan or whatever I've picked up over the years. And if you like this video, then don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. Bye.